What's going on, guys? Welcome back to ClayScoins. I believe competence creates confidence, so I'm here to bring you some information, education, and better understanding of cryptocurrency and the stock market. It's not financial advice, however. I'm not a financial advisor. It's not an indication nor suggestion to buy, hold, or sell any cryptocurrency or stock talked about in this video or on this channel. Today, we're going to be talking about two cryptocurrencies that have gone up 200% over the last couple weeks. One of which has been about 2 or 3 weeks or so, and one of which has been just this week. And if you saw by the thumbnail, you know one of them is JASMY, of course. So before we do, guys, I got to do the YouTube stuff. My new goal is to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of June. It's a big goal, but it's my goal, and I know with your help and support, we can knock it out of the park. So why don't you do me a favor and go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, and hit the join button so you can become a true supporter of Clay's Coins. And I'll give you a moment to like and subscribe right now. Thank you guys so much. Driven by Korean video streaming platform pandora.tv and recently migrating over to the Ontology network is moviebloc, ticker symbol MBL. Moviebloc is a decentralized movie and video content distribution platform, giving creators access to genuine audience data, transparent revenue sharing, and equal screening opportunity. MBL looks to shake up the industry of entertainment using blockchain technology. Unhappy with many problems caused by the corporate domination and conglomerate control over the theater and home entertainment industry, the moviebloc project was launched May 5th of 2019, having its official service launched on New Year's Eve of that same year, 2019. Giving users access to unique and diverse content and rewarding them for providing subtitles, marketing materials, and curating content. MBL, the coin, can be used by creators to pay for translations as well as by users to tip the creators and curators, along with reporting illegal content and ratings or reviews for films. Moviebloc offers both free and premium content, with users also having the ability to use their MBL coin as a form of payment for premium videos and content. The price action that we're talking about today, and the reason why it's made this list, is rather recent, but when you zoom out a little bit, you did start to see it on the 6th of March, and it really started to tell a tale right about then. As you can see here in the chart, we have been stair-stepping. I mean, this is a perfect indication. If you could draw out a better picture of upward movement and a bullish pattern, I don't know if you'd be able to draw a more believable example than this. I mean, this is absolutely perfect. Starting on the 6th of March, MBL doubled from half a penny to 1 cent, as you can see right here, up to here. It then reverted back to the 007 level on the 13th before screaming up to the 2 cent level, doubling its previous high on March 14th, the next day, as you can see here. We once again witnessed a reversion over the next 4 days to around the 1 cent 1 level, right around here, before lifting off to the 2.5 cent level right on the 19th, so that took 1 day. And you can see here, guys, I mean, the pattern, the proof is in the pudding. I mean, it's almost an identical pattern here. It's almost just shortened up a little bit in this sequence. So we'll see if we have a little bit of reversion. If we see, you know, about a, what is that, about 50% drop before you double in price again. So we saw the 1 cent mark, we saw the 2 cent mark, and then we saw the 2.5. Is 3 cents incoming? 3.5 cents? 4 cents maybe? I don't know. It's hard to tell. I personally had never even heard about this cryptocurrency prior to this, and it has been screaming up the rankings. It almost feels like I'm not doing ApeCoin justice, even though this video has nothing to do with ApeCoin. Now that I've seen a cryptocurrency on day one, on launch day, jump to like rank 38 or something like that, I think it got up to. That's just crazy. That's almost unbelievable. But, you know, that's a topic for a different video, and I'll definitely be talking about ApeCoin as long as it starts to put up crazy numbers and gives me reasons to talk about it. I'll be diving into that pretty soon. Let me know in the comment section down below if that's something you guys are looking forward to. So all in all, we witnessed this cryptocurrency go from a half a penny on March 6th up to 2.5 cents by March 19th. So we should be looking at, over the next 4 to 6 days, a little bit of a mean reversion, and then we're going to see whether or not we have a repeat effect on this, you know, kind of, I want to call it a ladder, but almost a stair step up. A lot of the times you see a stair step down, and man, this this is just an excellent tool for anyone trying to learn technical analysis. I mean, I could ask my 4-year-old kid whether or not what these things are doing, and he would say it's going up, Daddy. I mean, it's not that hard, but once you can really understand, like, this on a broader level, because you have to remember, if you're in it like way down here, say you're looking at it like this on the 16th, you get it for a penny. You're like, oh no, I'm down here, I need to panic sell, look how far we've fallen. And then you zoom out and you start to realize that you're in the midst of a stair step up and you have quadrupled in the last few days. So when in doubt, zoom out. That's kind of like live, laugh, love at this point. I'm just waiting to go into Walmart and seeing like, fancy Pinterest cursive writing that says when in doubt, zoom out, or something stupid like that. That's like the basic white boy thing to do. We have technical analysis, which is astrology for men, and then instead of live, laugh, love, we have when in doubt, zoom out. I mean, it's not $1, but 4x is pretty good, right? Oh man, I love the heat I got from the JASMY video. It shows me that JASMY's popular. JASMY is popular. You guys like me to talk about it. I'll definitely keep posting regular videos about it, just because there's not a lot, and there's not a lot of people who, I'm not currently an investor of JASMY, so I have no bias. I'm not a holder of it. I have no confirmation bias. I'm seeking that I need it to go to $1 so that I'm not, holding a 40-cent JASMY coin bag, average cost. Nothing like that. So I'm going to give you guys some unbiased, real information about JASMY coin when I see it and look at the numbers and let the numbers do the talking. A lot of people like to talk about different things, but man, the volume right here in the last 24 hours is down 61%, and you're trading at 6 times the volume, or 6 times the market cap, is the volume in the last 24 hours. There has been $1 billion in JASMY coin traded in the last 24 hours, and the market cap is like close to a tenth of that. It's crazy. But I mean, all in all, regardless of any, hate comments I got from the JASMY video, it's nice to be able to share different opinions and perspectives, as, it helps us grow our knowledge. And now that I'm done being nice, could you freaking imagine if JASMY actually went to $1? With the amount that JASMY coin holders and lovers, the JASMY army, the JARMY, I guess maybe we could start calling it, the amount that they started posting all over social media about JASMY coin, and everyone freaking out, rushing in. I got so many messages and comments about JASMY coin blowing up, and could you imagine if it went to $1? We're talking about this massive movement in trending because it went to 4 cents. If it went to $1, the world would be on fire. You would have every degenerate with a Coinbase account running around frisbeeing their phone at their grandparents, doing the shmoney dance. I've talked about JASMY a few times before on the channel. It's an Internet of Things cryptocurrency. It's a coin that backs the JASMY organization. It's not necessarily, it has a tremendous amount of utility because it's not locked into one specific thing. It's not a coin for a specific JASMY platform, something like that. It's for the organization to do with as they please, and to make utility as they see fit, which is an awesome thing because it's almost an infinite amount of utility when you look at it. So we're going to skip the thorough description like I usually do on a lot of the cryptocurrencies, just because if I talk about a crypto like 4 or 5 times on the channel, I'm not going to give a kind of different-ish description of it every single time in introduction. You can go back and watch my earlier videos if you want. They're all great videos, so definitely go check them out. I always put a bunch of little cards up in the top corner of different videos that I've done recently, and different videos that I think you guys would like and check out if you haven't already. So instead of digging deep on this like I did with moviebloc and really giving you guys some better understanding of it, we're going to move over to the chart, which I don't usually do with you guys, just because, not everyone is a believer of technical analysis, especially when it comes with cryptocurrency, because cryptocurrency is so hard. I mean, you can do all the TA in the world, and then Bitcoin drops 5%, and your altcoin is down 40%, and you're in the corner crying with the lights off. So how much did your, cup and handle patterns do for you there? All right, so looking at the chart here, what I did for you guys is I went ahead and put a couple little lines of resistance and support just so I can show you guys, and we're on the 4-hour candles, so we can see all the way back right here where my cursor is New Year's Day. this is the year of 2022. And I'll actually give you guys a cool little reminder of where we were and where we are now, because at the start of the year we were here, and now we are here. So in the last 78 days, 17 hours, we are down 69%. Nice, but not so nice. We'll start to zoom in here recently though and look at some levels that we can look for. It's looking like the lowest point we've touched and are going to touch is that 1 cent, almost 1 cent even level right here. It's the lowest we had touched since early fall of last year, and I don't believe, honestly, now, you know, all jokes aside, I don't believe that we're gonna see JASMY drop back to that 1 cent level. We might just to see a quick test of that support again, but I really don't believe we will. If you were able to get it at 1 cent, I believe you know, you might not get that opportunity again. That does not mean FOMO into this and load up your bag right now when you can see that there's quite a bit of selling pressure. And you know, down here looking at the MACD, the selling pressure is just really getting started. So give it a little bit to cool off. We just had a massive run up, which is why it's in this video. You know, these two cryptocurrencies went up like 200% over the last 7 to 14 days. So the fact that we came up this much, I mean, let's see from here to where the highest we got. Just this ruler is just a little tiny tool that kind of hits home. When you talk about the highest that someone sold it for, which is right here, you're talking about a 350% at least gain that people were able to pull off on JASMY if they got here and sold up here. Granted, most of the selling was down here, but someone did it. Someone bought up there. And as you can see, we made a huge push up to this support line that we last saw in early February. In early February, JASMY came down and tested the support level of the 3.8 mark, right around there, just below the 4 cent mark. It hit it once, it hit it twice, it came down, tried to hit it a third time, and then broke through the fourth. It jumped up right here, and that's where you'll see a beautiful example of the support line becoming a resistance. And now, where there was buying pressure, there's selling pressure. So now it drops back down, and you have this fall from grace all the way down here. I mean, keep in mind, this is essentially a little gap fill or mean reversion that we just witnessed. Because when you look at this drop from this support level down to here, this was a 71% decrease in 25 days. Wow, that's actually crazy. Sometimes, you know, we've been treated with such a beautiful crypto atmosphere the last couple months. You know, everything's been providing such huge gains that, you know, I mean, we've been getting beat down for a while. The entire year 2022, pretty much the whole since December of 2021, crypto's been bleeding. You've had little gainers here and there, but it's kind of hard when you're so close to the forest to see all the trees. And looking back on it, we've really lost a lot of money. You know, if any investors kind of fell asleep in November and then woke up today, they would be very concerned with the status of their portfolio. We'll back up though a little bit here and you know, put that little live laugh love sign I was talking about to good use and zoom out. Not that we're in doubt, but we're gonna go back here to the month of January and see this green support line that we used to have. So we are looking at from the dates of pretty much December, mid-December to late January. We're gonna go from there to there. In this time frame, we watched JASMY fall from this support. We did used to have a support at about the 10 cent mark. We fell, stair-stepped down, struggled to find a true support line, broke through here. However, you might think this means there's no support here. And at the time, yes, if you didn't know about any of this over here, at the time you would think, yeah, this would be your support line. However, it doesn't really match up and there's not as much confirmation. However, you get this perfect example once again, like I said, of a support line turning into a resistance. Bam, bam. Now instead of buying pressure, there's selling pressure. And when I just said bam, bam, I was thinking at Tai Tuivasa. He's a MMA fighter, but we came up and hit against it one more time, and that just was the third or fourth confirmation in a couple weeks to know that this is now a resistance, and we haven't been back to test it since. So now we can kind of forget about that level because that's that's a little far out of our league right now. We need to worry about making it to varsity from JV before we start worrying about the big leagues. So we've started to fall, and once again right here, this was a little psychological. We can call it a psychological support line we were testing. We weren't really sure where it was back here, so we came up, we fell, and investors weren't sure where they wanted a lot of buying pressure to be. They didn't know if they were trying to call the bottom. Essentially, that's what everyone wants to do, is buy low, sell high. They try to call the bottom and call the top. Those are incredibly dangerous strategies, and you'll end up losing money and or trying to catch a falling knife almost always. So keep that in mind. However, back on topic, we can move to this jumping up and then coming back down, staggering down, and you can see it's kind of a cool little line, this mini line we formed right here, as it went down the psychological levels and found a true support line. Right there, we found a support line that was tested once, twice, third time, fourth time, broke through, came back up, and did everything it could to this was a lot of selling pressure right here. We had a big bunch of buying pressure because we dipped under that support. This had been the first time we had seen that confirmation since when it broke. So to every investor at the time, on January 17th, when it hit right here, they were thinking this is the lowest it's going to go. That support level's right here. Little did they know we had already broken the support level, as it appears now. Hindsight is always 20/20. This is an incredibly difficult thing to do in real time, but we can, history is a great indicator for different patterns we can look forward to in the future and make an informed decision based on the historical data we've seen. And this is what I'm doing here, is just showing you guys some stuff because just looking at a chart, there's so much information there if you know how to look or if you know where to look. We fell down right here. We finally broke, and this is towards the end of January. This is January 22nd. This is when we had, I believe this might have been the start of the WAR over in Europe, all that stuff really starting to hit the fan. I'm not sure though, but this massive drop right here, this was the end for this support level. So this is the last time we'll see this support level for now, until maybe the near future, because this is when we officially started coming down. And as you can see, you could even say that right here we had a little bit of a psychological support. This was bounced up, confirmed, and then broke through and almost tried to turn into a resistance, but I'm not going to call it that just because it's more psychological than anything, so we're not going to put a line there to rely on it. It's nothing that's psychological. Resistances are and support lines are much weaker than a hard support that has repetitive confirmations over time, especially when you can date back even 6 months, years before and look at different resistance points. That's a very a much stronger indicator than a psychological in the moment trending support line. So we have come down here, and as you guys can see, we'll zoom out a little bit here because we have finally broken the downtrend that we have been in. I'll get an extended line going here because this was brutal. How sharp and acute that angle is coming down. We finally broke it right here, right at the very bottom. It's pretty cool the way that geometry and numbers, because everything comes down to math, and geometry is technically a field inside of math, even though it's shapes and has a lot of tie into architecture, but really all that comes back to math because everything does. And I love that. I love the fact that everything comes back to numbers and stuff like that. Nature is so cool, the way that different things happen and the patterns that can be formed without us even knowing in real time. And then you look back on it and you're like, oh wow, this was really testing this peak multiple times and it could never break it until now. And then we see a big run up to this yellow line, and we're gonna see, because we've seen, as we just looked at a few times, we've seen breaks under different resistances multiple times and then came back up to test different levels. So we'll see if this is gonna test right here and maybe move up, get a little bit of health and strength on this yellow support line and then run up to the green. If not, maybe we'll fall back down, try to find a psychological support somewhere around here before the run-up. If not, either way, guys, JASMY is finally showing some health again, and if it took me making a video about it saying that it'll never go to $1 for it to finally have some sort of uptrend like this, I guess I'll start making a bunch of JASMY hate videos, and that way you guys who have JASMY can just get rich. So if that's a trade-off, I'm willing to make that, because hey, I can sit around and make money off crypto all day, but that's not what the YouTube channel's for. I want you guys to be able to make as much money as you can, and I will say from the bottom of my heart, it felt so good for people to reach out to me. And obviously this isn't financial advice, and I'm not giving you financial advice, but people to reach out to me and say that they made a bunch of money, or it was one of their biggest crypto wins of the year, with JASMY and different things like that, different coins that I've talked about in like my 10-10-10 video. It's so awesome to hear. I love it. There's no better feeling in the world to me than helping people and allowing them to feel better, and knowing that I positively changed someone's day and they'll remember that moment. It's so cool to me. So that's why I'm here, to share that with you guys. But I'll stop with all the sentimental crap just because we're here for degenerate gains. We're here to bring our Coinbase account into a nursing home and run it. So that's going to be everything for the video today, guys. I wanted to bring you guys these cryptocurrencies. JASMY, I had to talk about. When I saw JASMY running up like that, people started messaging me. It's pretty cool. That's cool. One thing, like Anthony Jeselnik, I apparently like to talk about different comedy specials and make references to him then, but there was an Anthony Jeselnik special where he's like, I think it was Thoughts and Prayers, excellent one. He talks about the fact that he got so popular making jokes about, tragic events, dark jokes, different things like that, not to make fun of people, but to bring some sort of humor to a situation in which there generally isn't humor. You can try to bring some light into it, and I'm a big fan of that. And he said that he would know a tragedy happened, as awful as it is, because people would be texting his phone, and his phone would start blowing up, and it would be like, Anthony, don't do it, because they already knew once he found out, a joke would come out, a tweet would come out, something like that. And it makes me feel awesome to be able to, see my phone blowing up, and it's a bunch of people making money off of a coin that I've talked about. Like, that's so cool, guys. And I know I'm like almost fanboying out with you guys right now, but it means the world. And anytime you guys want to contact me, hit me up in the comment section down below. I try to reply to as many comments as I can. I try to give the heart emoji and let you guys know that I like your comments when I do. And other than that, guys, if you enjoyed the video and made it to the end, make sure to put a flexing emoji in the comment section down below, as you know. And other than that, guys, stay safe, stay hydrated. Thank you.